Hello, everybody.
It's
I'm not. Okay. I want to. Before I start, I want to say I finally got an intro.
Really?
Right, I figured one out. So let's. I'm gonna try this for the very first time. So, okay. Hello there, and welcome to the Out of Time Film Podcast, where we talk film and TV like there's no tomorrow, because there might not be. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking stuff.
That's a bit deep.
I'm coming up with ideas. You know, if anyone if the people who have been like watching, or listening to the podcast, you know, frequently, they'll know that I haven't been able to figure out a proper kind of intro, but I think I've got one. I think so.
Oh really?
So
okay, choose it. Come on, show it to us, Tom.
I just said it.
Oh.
You weren't listening to me. How dare you? My name is Tom, and as always,
I'm listening to you.
Joined with my co-host, John.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Co-host?
you. You're the co-host.
Yes, I am here. I'm John.
Wow, what
Yeah.
magical.
That's great.
Yeah, we got stuff to go. There's quite a few bit of pieces of news to talk about. When we're talking about Mandalorian Chapter 12 and the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special last week. If you listened to that episode, we did the original one. John didn't actually watch the Lego one.
To our pain.
That was a difficult episode. That was a difficult one.
Very difficult.
I struggled.
Like, one of those social circle groups where you talk about like your pain and everything.
Yeah.
Just go into it and just go, okay, John, what's your problem? I watched the holiday Christmas special.
It was very much an emotional support group, but yeah, I think probably because of how much pain you went through, that's why you didn't watch the Lego one. So only I've watched that one, so I'll be explaining that one through.
It was a difficult thing because a lot of people were using the TV because it's just chaos, really. Yeah. So I managed to watch The Mandalorian.
That's good.
So
that's good.
We can talk about that, but Tom here knows about the Lego Christmas holiday special.
I do, and we're going to talk about that later. I'm just going to give you a little thing to excite you, but there's bloody Lumpy's back, John. Lumpy's back.
Oh, really?
Lumpy's back. Lumpy's back, John.
What?
Lumpy is back.
No, Lumpy. No.
Let's get into it.
No, please don't tell me Lumpy's back. Is he?
Yeah, Lumpy's back. We'll get into that later. But let's start off with I got a little bit of Rick and Morty news. So Rick and Morty, season 4 finished in like April this year. In America, we're getting the second half of season 4 on December 4th on UK Netflix. But Dan Harmon, who is the co-creator of the show, I think he's the co-creator, he might just be the full creator, who knows, he says that they're already working on season 7, so not only are they working on season 5 and 6, but they have a plan all the way up to season 7.
Ah!
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that...
Season 7. So, weird thing, they've done season 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, they're working on it. I don't know what their plan is for any like release date or anything, but
yeah, another thing with TV shows, they're going to be long, aren't they? Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Rick and Morty is going to be 7 seasons long. I mean, that's an appropriate amount of seasons, but
seems like a lot.
You got to think when to stop it because everything ends for a reason.
Yeah, that's true, and they have a lot of things set up. They've got like evil Morty stuff that they could definitely like climax the show with. But season 7 will be 70 episodes. By the time by the time season 7 rolls around, altogether there would have been 70 episodes of the show. That's quite a few. It's quite a lot.
Yes.
So we'll have to see just what they do. I for one, I think Rick and Morty is good. I just think, you know,
I agree as well.
it's a bit tiring on
forget about the
fans.
The Picklewick memes,
Yeah, the fans and
everything.
memes.
It's actually a pretty good show.
I agree.
I recommend it. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're
definitely
into dark humor or cartoons and such, watch it on Netflix.
mind-bending sci-fi. You know how it is. Okay, so I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite franchise, Transformers.
Transformers.
So Stephen Caple Jr., who directed Creed 2, which excellent film, has been chosen to direct a new live-action Transformers film. Now it's unclear whether this is a mainstream Transformers film, in which case he would be the first person since the series began to direct it who isn't Michael Bay. But this could be the sequel to Bumblebee.
Okay.
We don't really know. All we know is that they're still going with Transformers apparently. Did you watch Bumblebee?
No. I'm sorry.
No, Bumblebee was actually good.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it better than all the Transformers films?
I would say Bumblebee is the best Transformers film.
Okay. Where can I watch that?
Maybe apart from the first Transformers, because that was decent.
That was decent. I actually enjoyed it. It was really good. But the other ones, all I can remember was just explosions. That's all.
I mean, that's basically all it was. It was just like a ton of explosions. There was probably like a woman with a bikini on at some point. Like, it was very, very samey, you know.
Yeah, and then I forgot about the story because I just got blinded. I just got blinded by explosions. So
it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's true. But where can I watch Bumblebee, Tom?
It's a good question. It was on Netflix, but I'm not sure whether it still is. You'll have to look at that one for yourself.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's worth. I wouldn't say it's worth getting it on DVD or Blu-ray.
Okay.
I'd say find it on streaming if you can, but I don't think it's worth paying for. Not really. When did it come out? 2018?
2018.
2018? Yeah, that sounds right. Wow. What a world. What a world. That was 2 years ago. Speaking of things that happened years ago, did you like that transition? That was I think that was a great transition. Thank you.
That was a great transition.
Thank you.
What do you mean? That was a great transition. It's a 10 out of 10 transition.
I know.
Better than the editing and...
We should call this the transition show and just have it be all the transitions. Maybe when we get to a year of episodes, we'll just do like a compilation of all my incredible transitions. Thank you very much. But this Tuesday, so November 17th, was the 3-year anniversary of the theatrical cut of Justice League. And to celebrate, we got some cool shit. Okay, so Zack Snyder, the trailer for the Snyder Cut was removed from YouTube a while back because of
copyright issues.
Copyright issues with the music. So Zack Snyder, not only did he re-release the trailer, not only did he do a trailer breakdown, which is just incredible. Did you watch the trailer breakdown?
No.
You can find it. It's on YouTube. It's about an hour long. There's some really fun stuff in there.
Let's just take us back. Back in May, me and Tom watched the whole live stream for the Zack Snyder.
Yeah, the Man of Steel one.
Yeah, and it was like the Man of Steel thing. Yeah, it was that. And
it was so good.
When we heard about the news when it was on screen, we went just ballistic, didn't we?
Oh, I freaked out so much. Literally, wow, what incredible.
When Henry Cavill came on, I was like, oh.
Yeah, he came on, he was like, hey guys, we were like, oh my god, Henry, it's you, you're here to save the day. But yes,
that was truly the exciting part about Lockdown.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good, and it was like on a lesser note, Man of Steel is just a great film in general. That is a bloody brilliant film. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. But no, not only did Snyder re-release the trailer, not only did he do a breakdown, he did a trailer with new scenes, and...
New scenes?
New scenes, I know. And, released our very first look at Steppenwolf. So, did you watch the new trailer?
Yes.
So, we got some more Darkseid. We got some stuff of him. You know, he looks. You know, some more stuff where in the theatrical cut they replaced Darkseid of Steppenwolf. We know quite a lot about that. Some more stuff from the League, various stuff. But what do you think about the Steppenwolf design?
I thought it was really good.
I agree.
It looks really good though. It looks loads better than the one in 2017.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just really excited to see this new Steppenwolf on the small screen. And
yes, me too. I didn't like the design of Steppenwolf when I first saw it, and then I saw it side by side with the original, and I was like, oh my god, that's such an improvement. And then every time I see it since, I like it a bit more. Like,
yeah, same. I like it a bit more because it's just, it appeals, it feels more comfortable, like with Zack Snyder's world and ideas.
Yeah,
it just feels a bit,
it definitely fits better. I saw an edit on Twitter where someone had edited a bit of red in there. In the comics, he has a red suit. I would have preferred a bit more colour, but that's a nitpick. I think he looks great. I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see Darkseid and all the villains. Speaking of, we also got a view of Deathstroke from Joe Manganiello, who plays him. He has a Mohican. He looks amazing. What do you think?
Wait, sorry, Steppenwolf?
Deathstroke.
Oh, Deathstroke, sorry. I keep mishearing what you're saying, but, okay, so Deathstroke.
This damn's just Skype.
As a huge fan of Deathstroke, also, I've got the comics and, everything about it. I'm a huge fan of it, the Deathstroke look in, the Mad Max style, so, yeah.
Yeah.
That mohawk and everything. Yeah.
Now, this is... on the image, Joe Manganiello wrote something along the lines of heroes and villains will have to work together, and I'm wondering maybe that this means that this is what he will look like in whatever expansion of the Nightmare sequence they do. You remember the Nightmare sequence from Batman v Superman?
Of course, I do. I know the Nightmare sequence.
So it seems like they're going to be doing an expansion of this. Obviously, in the trailer there was. We saw what looked to be the destroyed Hall of Justice, with various different hints with the same kind of landscape that we saw in Batman v Superman, and so I guess Deathstroke will be there too. And there are also Zack Snyder confirmed that the Joker will also have a new look. Maybe this is another Nightmare thing. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the new Nightmare idea thing, so... Yeah,
it's a really interesting concept,
Yeah, and also I'm just hoping, a fight between the Deathstroke and Batman.
Ooh,
we all want to see that, don't we?
That would be great. Something along the lines of Arkham Origins, but that's a lot. That's a lot to ask.
It's not possible. But
it's a lot to ask.
That's too lot to ask.
But maybe. Snyder also confirmed. Now this is an estimate, but he says there's about 2.5 hours of unseen footage that he will have, which is awesome. That's a lot. But he hasn't seen the original, so he doesn't really know. So he's kind of guessing there. I respect that he still hasn't seen the original after all this time.
I respect. I respect that he hasn't seen the film.
Yeah, I agree. He also said that in the reshoots they're doing about 4 minutes extra, which is not much at all. I think maybe that's how they're gonna use these new scenes to kind of tie together. There's 4 hours of footage altogether, but
and then there's unseen footage.
There's 2.5 hours of unseen footage, apparently.
Right, so
and
that's
then,
going to be added together with the footage that he made before everything happened.
Yes.
And
then about he said 4 minutes, 5 minutes of reshoots. So I think that those reshoots are going to be the things that kind of like tie together all the episodes. You know, they kind of give like beginnings and endings, like kind of cliffhangers and stuff to lead the episodes on.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
Similarly on the DC front. Similarly, we have some Wonder Woman 1984 news.
1984.
So they confirmed that Wonder Woman 1984 is still going to be releasing on the 25th of December in cinemas. In America, they are also going to get it on HBO Max on the 25th of December for no extra cost. This isn't like Mulan. They're not making you pay $30 to watch it.
No extra cost.
Yeah, you get it for free. And for everywhere else, so for us in the UK, we are going to get it in on December 16th in cinemas, if cinemas are open. If they're not open, I guess we just cry.
Yeah, I hope they're going to be open, because this is the only DC film that we've been waiting for this year, I think.
Pretty much. You know, Birds of Prey was in February, so we've pretty much been waiting for this.
Well, after.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, this is. I really do hope that, you know. I hope that it's worth the. What is that?
I'm just hoping to see it because, you know, we like the Wonder Woman film and it was great.
Yeah, I hope that we get some much needed, you know, payoffs. I hope it's worth the wait. You know.
Yes.
Yes. As I've got some James Bond news, but it's not actually No Time to Die news. There is going to be a James Bond Origin video game from the developers of the Hitman series. I believe you've played some of those games.
Yes, I have.
Yes, so it's called Project 007. There's no real surprise there. And it is going to be an origin game of sorts for James Bond. I don't know what that means. Does that mean a young James Bond or what? I don't know. But nothing else that we already know about this. James Bond has had a pretty good track record when it comes to video games in the past.
Yes, like GoldenEye.
Yeah, I hear amazing things about GoldenEye, so you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it because, you know, this is a James Bond thing that we've been looking for.
Yeah.
Future.
There hasn't been a James Bond game since, I think since when Quantum of Solace came out. 2016?
I'm not sure, but 2015 or 2013.
Oh, okay, cool. There was a game where you could play it as missions from every James Bond film, but they were all Daniel Craig. Which is a bit weird, but who knows? Okay, if I'm gonna kind of like throw it back to the superhero kind of scene. This is I very firmly had a stance that this wasn't gonna happen, but I've been proven wrong. Deadpool 3 is happening.
Deadpool 3 is happening.
It is. Deadline is reporting that Disney and 20th Century Fox, or 20th Century Studios as it's now called, are getting ready to do it. Ryan Reynolds is going to return. The Molyneux sisters, forgive me about that name, are going to write the screenplay. They've worked on Bob's Burgers, so they have a comedy background, and I'm pretty sure they've won awards for that. But
yeah, I think so. Yeah, that TV show won awards.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we've got Deadpool 3 coming. What do you think?
Yeah. You know, like we all saw Deadpool 2, and that was a really good film.
Deadpool, yeah, I really enjoyed Deadpool 2.
That was like a new, like, fresh, something that's better than the first one, and it was a very enjoyable film to watch. But also, here's the problem with Disney. They are going to make it R-rated, and
they might. We don't know what the deal is with that.
Right.
I want whatever happens. I want them to go wacky with it. I've heard I've seen a pitch on YouTube maybe where someone suggested that the film could be about the X-Men universe collapsing, and Deadpool has to get from the X-Men universe to the MCU, but through that he has to come through our universe, and he interacts with Kevin Feige and Hugh Jackman, really fun things. I'm pretty sure that's a video from Full Fat Videos. I will link it below. If I'm thinking of,
link it below.
I will link it below if I'm thinking of the correct form of media.
Very good, very good.
But yeah, I just want them to go real wacky. I think that would be really cool.
Make it really wacky, and make it something make fun of Disney.
Yeah, I really think that they are gonna get off self-referential with it.
They're making lots of money, and make it. What about coronavirus or something
Right, there are loads of things they can do. 2020 will become a perfect opportunity for loads of comedy. And
true.
I don't know if you know, but the old puppet show Spitting Images has just come back. That's a political satire where they make wacky puppets of politicians, and they just make fun of stuff going on at the moment. So that's come back, and they make loads of fun of Trump and Boris, and that's great. So I think there's so much fun that you can have with that,
Yeah, because 2020 has been a wild year, and I think a lot of people are going to make a lot of ideas from this year. So
definitely. If
Deadpool 3. I hope it's not R-rated. I hope it is R-rated because it needs to be Deadpool, because it needs to be funny, comedic. But if it's not R-rated, then that have the bleeps and everything, then make it wacky.
Yeah, I agree. I think you can. On one hand, you can do loads of an R rating, and on the other hand, you can make fun of the fact that you don't have an R rating. So, talking now about a bit of superhero TV, Black Lightning is going to be ending with season 4. This is another show of the Arrowverse that's going to be ending. So it seems like now, with the shows that are starting up, the Arrowverse hasn't got any smaller, if all the shows that are proposed are being picked up. But it seems like the Arrowverse might come to a close sometime soon, in the next few years. I know you haven't seen them, but
I haven't seen Black Lightning, so
yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on UK Netflix, and it's really good.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's on UK Netflix. It's not. It doesn't really cross over with the rest of the Arrowverse. It literally has done once, and it's a really good show. It's probably one of my favorites of all of them. It's very consistent as well. Unlike the other ones, there isn't any real dip in quality yet. So yeah, I'd recommend that one. So John, have you seen any of the Predator films?
Predator films?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so a brief history on the Predator films. Predator was amazing. Predator 2 was pretty bad, but it's got kind of a cult following now. Predators was alright. The Predator was pants. But now they're making a 5th Predator film, with Dan Trachtenberg, who directed 10 Cloverfield Lane. Which
that is a great film, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yes, I haven't seen it, but I hear it's good. Yeah, I don't know why they're continuing on with the Predator franchise. In my opinion, it died a long time ago, but they're doing it. Why not? Yeah.
Because money.
We've got to have money.
Money. Ooh, money.
They-
Must have those top dollars and the bills.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Hence why Disney won't just release Black Widow on Disney Plus, because they'll lose all their sweet, sweet dough.
That dough that makes the pizza.
But yeah, speaking of Disney and their MCU, Black Panther has got a production date of July 2021. Now, so it seems like they're still going ahead with this one. It's Letitia Wright is said to have a larger role. She plays Shuri, so I guess she's going to step into a more kind of protagonistic kind of role. So with the absence of Chadwick Boseman, obviously, and oh god, here's me trying to pronounce the name. Tino Hutra is in talks to play the villain. No idea who he could be. I'm not very familiar with Black Panther's rogues gallery, but I'm just interested to see what they're gonna do.
Just explore like one role to another. I like it because as like one role to another. Like passing down the torch, and make it it's not like huge not many lead female superhero films, but that's great because
I agree. I think this is the if done right, and I'm sure it will be. Ryan Coogler and the team behind Black Panther, the first one did a good job for the most part,
and I'm really glad they're making the sequel.
I agree. It's important culturally, and I think you make a good point. A female protagonist is an even bigger kind of milestone, because then you've got but then you're looking at a black female protagonist, which is something that no superhero film has done apart from Catwoman, if memory serves correctly. But obviously Catwoman isn't great.
This is huge, and everyone's going to see it. And it's going to pay respects to Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, that's what I'm most kind of interested in. How are they going to do it? They'd want to. They'd want to kind of
maybe Black Panther has decided to not to be king anymore, and
however they're going
to live somewhere.
Well,
nice.
I mean, it's difficult because stuff like that would be tricky.
Yeah, true.
Would T'Challa as a character decide not to look over Wakanda anymore? Probably not. Would killing him off on screen be a little unceremonious? Would bringing him back via CGI be difficult? There's a lot of things to think about here, but I really do have faith that they will do it well, because what can you... I mean, really, I think their first priority will be to honour Chadwick.
Yeah, true.
First and foremost.
What would be really nice, where the money that made, in the box office could... No. How much money the film has made could go towards, cancer research. Maybe,
that would be incredible. Unfortunately, Disney...
that wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, unfortunately, Disney are too money hungry, and they wouldn't want to not get any money back from what they did. But this is this film also has the potential to, really rake in the money. You've got the sequel to Black Panther, which is a very, very high-grossing film. In America alone, domestically, and then worldwide, it grossed a lot of money. And then you've got the fact that, Chadwick died, and that was such a big thing. It's got, you don't know how it's going to connect to the rest of the MCU. This film could, they could make enough money to to actually say, hey, we'll give some of it to cancer research.
Yeah,
Probably not, but hey, we can dream.
Yeah.
We can dream.
If they do that, I would give massive respect to Marvel or anything related to that, really.
Oh, I agree. I think that would be an incredible move. That would be super, super respectful. That would be awesome. But on a similar note of productions, and this is obviously the best production news, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is going to be starting production in March 2021. I know you're excited.
Sonic the Hedgehog so
yeah,
much.
it was so good.
Bro, imagine it won awards at the Oscar.
I mean, I can't think of a film that came out this year that would be able to contend for best visual effects. Because there hasn't been many. Maybe Tenet, actually.
Tenet's going to win awards, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, I assume it will win some stuff, but obviously they're working with a very limited selection of films. Hey, when Wonder Woman comes out, that will also be eligible for Oscars. Maybe a best original score from Hans Zimmer. Possibly, awards for visual effects. The regular ones that comic book films have gone for in the past. But yeah, that's news for this week. So let's bloody talk about the Mandalorian. Okay, so this week we're talking about Chapter 12, The Siege.
Spoilers here.
Yeah, full spoilers. This episode was directed by Carl Weathers, who also starred in the episode as Grief Karga. What did you think?
It was great.
Yeah, I loved it. It kind of started out in a kind of like a bit of an episode of the week kind of solo episode. Right off the bat, Mando and the child go back to Navarro. So we're seeing characters who we saw from last season. We got Grief Karga, we got Cara Dune. Throughout the episode, other characters show up, and basically the plot is they have to infiltrate this Imperial base, where they find that it's not actually a base, it's a lab, and there's loads of information about what the Empire wanted with the child. What did you think about all these kind of revelations in this episode?
Oh, it weighs so many questions, doesn't it? Like, what they're going to do with the child, and what is so significant about the child. But my theory is that what we see in the episode is that they're making like super soldiers, maybe make stronger armed forces to take over some places in the galaxy. So yeah.
Well, we got the return of Dr. Pershing from last season. He is the kind of doctor with the cloning patch on him. He says in a recording they watch that they are trying to get blood with a high M count. M obviously being midichlorians. So they seem to be taking blood from the child because it is blood that is strong with the Force. And it seems that now if people watched the episode with audio description on, and it confirmed that the soldiers that you see at the end are actually Dark Troopers, which from the Legends video game Dark Forces are like special robots that the Empire have.
Oh, okay.
So those are robots. Droids, should I say? God damn it, Tom! Use the real bloody terminology. So those are droids. Kind of like, I wonder, does this mean that Gideon is making some sort of army? We don't know.
Yeah. It's there's so many questions going to be like, who is Moff Gideon? And do you think that Darksaber is going to be returning in this season? Maybe.
Well, we're halfway through. We've got 4 episodes left. This could have been the season finale. This was so cool. and you know they could leave it here, and I would be totally fulfilled for a year what they've done so far in the season. But
that's great.
I do think, because in the episode we find out that when the Razor Crest was fixed, and I just want to say I'm glad that they fixed the Razor Crest. I love that ship. I'm glad they're fixing it instead of getting a new one. But instead of fixing it, well, they did fix it, but they also put a tracking device on it. So the Empire could now conceivably show up at any point in the season, you know? So
like giving us like a surprise attack, maybe.
Exactly. So that's really interesting. That's what I'm, looking forward to the most. Like what's going to happen at it? Like that's interesting. That is very interesting.
Ahsoka, we might see her next episode.
I reckon we'll see her in the next episode. As I've said, Dave Filoni is writing and directing the next episode, so probably.
An interesting thing is that the trailer that we saw for The Mandalorian for this season is that we only saw like this episode and like some like the 4 episodes footage that we've seen. Yeah. So the other 4 episodes in the trailer that we haven't seen is like uncharted territory. So
yes, we don't know anything about these next 4 episodes.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen. So
yeah, I want Empire stuff. I would like there to be a really obviously I'm hoping for big things from the season finale, but do you expect to see any returning characters?
I'm not sure because this season is just really good. There could be a possible surprise cameo maybe, but we did see a very good in one shot of the episode today, there was a person standing behind.
Yes, there was a crew member standing behind a pillar. I guess he didn't take a step to the left. No, to the right. One step and he would have been out of frame. But no, that's one of those fun little things that is just in there.
That's gonna be canon.
That will be canon. Yeah, they'll make it like, oh yeah, that's Steve. Steve the Empire's coffee man. He makes coffee. It's a good guy.
Yeah, drinks coffee and just go, yes. Mandalorian.
Yeah. So yeah, good stuff. All in all, I would call this episode, a
successful episode.
I agree. It advanced the plot. The action was great. Like, something that I saw someone bring up is that in the chase with the Mythrol, Cara Dune, and Greef Karga, these characters don't have plot immunity, so they could die. Like, and I really
seems like they're gonna die. Maybe.
Yeah, I really felt that. Like
that could set up the next season.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like I really thought these people, there is danger here. So when they're being attacked by the Empire, I was thinking, oh, this could actually be it for them.
Yeah, that could be it, and then that could open up like Mandalorian teaming up Boba Fett and trying to take down the Empire, maybe.
I mean, maybe. I don't know how. I mean, it's interesting how Boba Fett's gonna play into this. But it was interesting.
Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was interesting that the amount of theories is mad. But we did see the abandoned kind of workshop the armorer works at. Some people have suggested that the armorer may become a villain, since now that we know that the whole the watch or the this is the way, that's a cult. We now know that that's actually a bad thing.
So we can't say this is the way anymore.
No, we really can't. So yeah, maybe she will become the villain. There's loads of places this could go, but I thought that I loved the world building and the plot development. You even got those, the two New Republic X-wing pilots coming back.
Yes. I was sorry. Before we get into, I was surprised to see Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
Back.
That was fun. That was fun.
Yeah. I was like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
The guy that got trapped in carbonite in the first ever episode.
It feels like everything has a purpose,
Yes.
It doesn't feel like they're just throwing something in there for the sake of it. They've really kind of thought about it, and that is, definitely respectable.
Yes.
I am, next episode though. That's what I'm looking forward to. I really hope that they have,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I want Ahsoka, but at the same time, I want them to do it right.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So, there are rumours that the next episode is going to be the longest episode yet in the whole show, which would be anywhere above 53 minutes, I think. So, I'm excited. There are things I want to see. So.
Yes, exciting things will come into place.
Indeed. So, let's talk about the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special. Okay.
Time to talk about the Christmas special, the one I haven't seen.
You haven't seen it, but that's fine. I'll explain it to you. So...
Tell me, Tom. Tell me the information and how much you rated so far.
So
we haven't rated Mandalorian episode.
Oh.
I'll give that an 8 or 9 out of 10.
I agree, 8 or 9. I'm gonna rewatch it later on.
Good for you.
Thank you very much. So, the holiday special. I think, first of all, it's important to note that the LEGO Star Wars stuff has been described as a wacky retelling of actual events. So, there's a lot of time travel that happens in this special. A lot of time travel.
Time travel.
Okay, so we start off with Wookiee Life Day, which is still still a thing.
Lumpy's back, isn't he?
Lumpy is back. Yes, he is. And there's no need for you to guess that. I already told you. Yes, Lumpy's back. They are Rey is training Finn to become a Jedi.
Interesting.
Yes. So remember in episode 9. There was that whole thing where he has the Force now,
yes, of course.
Because the plot says so. Well, they're developing that in a way, and so he's being trained, and Rey is struggling as a teacher, and so she goes to a planet where she finds a temple. And in it she finds a key, which opens a gateway through time. So The whole episode is Rey going through time, episode special, going through time, looking for looking for tips she can use from various different masters. So she sees Yoda training Luke on Dagobah. She goes to She goes to Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon at the beginning of episode 1. She goes to Anakin and Obi-Wan at the beginning of episode 2. It doesn't really those parts aren't exactly training, it's pretty much just those the Padawans and Masters just talking. So I don't really know what they would have got from that. She then goes to episode 6 and sees Vader and the Emperor, which that makes no sense. She's looking for Jedi training, and she goes to the Sith.
Yeah.
What? And then they end up discovering the portal, and Vader chases her, and they have a whole chase throughout the films. They meet Anakin and Obi-Wan and Mustafar. They meet Vader in Hoth. and it ends up with this giant battle between everyone from all the different films on Tatooine.
Oh, okay.
It's so, I don't know, cluttered and like just crazy, and obviously Rey ends up fixing everything, and she sees all the training, and that they kind of say the similar thing to Last Jedi, where it's like, oh well, masters learn from their mistakes, and so do the we are what they grow beyond, and all that. And all while this is happening, Poe is trying to set up a Life Day party for Chewie's family. Lumpy, Itchy, and Marla, they're all back.
Really?
Lumpy's like older now though, so he's not annoying and small.
Oh, good.
Thank God. Yeah, I don't really know what I thought of this. It's so strange. My voice just broke. There wasn't really there wasn't like any kind of like special interaction that came from all this time travel shenanigans. No real like development. I mean, there was kind of character development for Rey, but like it didn't. It felt like a lot to go through for such a simple thing,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about it, to be honest. It was very fine. Definitely better than the last holiday special, I'll tell you that much. At least it had an actual kind of like plot. But no singing as well in this one. Thank God.
Right.
No singing. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have.
Really? Singing? That's it?
No singing, don't worry. Unlike the last episode.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah.
So it's cluttered, everything's all together, a bit messy, time travel, does it take jokes? Does it like jab jokes at Star Wars?
It does. That there's a whole kind of narrative with the Emperor taking Kylo Ren as his new apprentice, and there's a lot of kind of like Vader jokes, like where it's like Kylo Ren is a Vader fanboy, all that kind of regular stuff that you see in a lot of kind of spoofs of Kylo Ren as a character. There's a lot of Obi-Wan says hello there at least like 3 times. Like you get like a lot of like kind of like comedic franticness from Poe and stuff. Yeah, obviously it's made for kids, which is kind of why I didn't really like connect with it,
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
I just don't really know what to make of it. It's a weird thing because they don't use the same animation style as like the Lego movies, because that would be like too expensive or whatever. So they use this kind of like, like the other kind of Lego animation that they use. Like they used it in all like the old like Chima like shorts and stuff.
Chima, yes.
Yes, right. But it's weirdly detailed. Like they put so much like detailing on like the people on the figures, It just looks really odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't. I'm so. It's just so confusing. Like I don't know what their plan was.
Was it to make Life Day, or was it just?
Oh well, I know what the plan was in the episode, but I don't know what like the people making it. I don't know who thought, oh, this is a great idea. Yeah, this is gonna go down a storm, an absolute treat.
Yes.
It didn't make any sense in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, because the the original holiday special isn't available anywhere. So I don't know what they were trying to, recreate for like a child's audience. I mean, I guess for a child it would be funny, but I just found it super, like, as I said, convoluted and confusing.
Convoluted, discombobulated.
Yeah.
Discombobulate.
I must say, John, I don't know what that means, but thank you.
You don't know what discombobulate means?
No.
Oh no, you're discombobulated.
I guess I guess so. So what? Any questions?
It's on Disney Plus.
It is on Disney Plus. Yes.
Another question. Is Anakin Skywalker in this one?
Discombobulate, to confuse or disconcert, upset, frustrate. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, he is. Anakin makes various appearances.
Is C-3PO in this one?
Yeah, he has like 3 lines.
It's very.
There are planets. So sorry, everyone. We just cut out there. It stopped because I got a phone call. It stopped recording. So all of John's super insightful and interesting questions
Are you kidding me?
Incredible.
Because I'm just trying to make this funny. No, I tried to be funny. My name's Comedy John.
His name is Comedy John. This would be so much better if you'd have watched this. I don't know what to say. I wasn't a giant fan of it. It was fine.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, in the past, I was a huge fan of Lego Star Wars, like short films and everything. But now I'm just like, oh, okay. But I tried to watch it. I haven't watched it any minute of it. But it was either Mandalorian or Christmas special. So I thought I should spend time watching Mandalorian because it's better.
Yeah, fair enough. It doesn't make any sense. The fact that, like the Lego Star Wars games, they're really, really witty and inventive, and they put spins on like the various scenes in a really insightful way. But the holiday special just kind of fails to take any of these scenes, give them any kind of freshness, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Yeah, maybe it's because in the original Lego Star Wars games, there's no voice acting.
Yeah, there's no voice acting, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, voice acting.
Oh, man. I can't... like, it takes so much out of me to talk about, like, all the, like, really... The really weirdly fine, stuff about Star Wars. Like, when it's, like, not... Like, when the content is, like... There isn't much to say about it. It's difficult, like with something like with some of the lesser Star Wars films, there's much more to talk about. Whereas this one is just like, it's fine. I think it does what it's supposed to do. It's a bit cheesy. The ending kind of has Yoda reading the story out of a book, like in like a cheesy kind of like fairy tale way, where he's like, "Oh, and that's the moral of the story,"
The moral of the story. What is the moral of the story?
Life Day. Happy Life Day, everybody.
Wow!
Happy Life Day. No, I
can tell you enjoyed this stuff.
I really didn't. I'm just trying to think, is there anything I've missed? I don't even know. They had the Mandalorian in there for relevance. Like, they literally put the Mandalorian, the child, and IG-11 in there for, like, one, like less than a minute. And it's just really, really strange. It's like a really, really strange thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange things could happen. No.
They definitely could. All right, I'm gonna put us both out of our misery. Let's move on to the weekly viewing segment.
The weekly viewing segment. So Tom, what have you been watching?
You go first.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Yes,
so
please.
I started. Well, okay. So there's 20 minutes left to this film, but so I was watching a film called Moon. Directed by Duncan Jones.
Yes.
David Bowie's son.
David Bowie's son.
It's really good. There's 20 minutes left because there was time and I have to do. There was end of the day, but yeah. So far, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's so it falls on like a person called Sam. He goes through. He's on the moon, and he has to do like series of like going on the moon, looking, making sure the machines work, like sending energy to Earth, so they can make it a lot better. But the weird thing about it is that one day he has an accident and he meets a clone, of himself.
Spoilers, yeah. You spoiled the twist, but that's fine.
No, that's the main. It's not the plot of the story.
Yeah, it is. It's a twist. How much have you seen? Have you seen like most of it?
Yes. 20 minutes left.
Okay. So yeah, that's the main twist of the plot, but that's fine. Go on, continue.
No, wait, let me. Moon.
Remember, because he finds the the bloody the underground. I mean, I'm so sorry. Full spoilers for Moon here. He finds the full the corridor with all the clones, and then it's confirmed that they are a clone and not just like a weird, sort of something else.
Right, here's the movie info.
Mm-hmm.
So astronaut Sam Bell. Wait, never mind. Right, so Sam Bell falls on a 3-year on Moon, and then blah blah blah. Oh no, accident, plot twist. So. Yeah, it's really good so far. I would give it 9 out of 10, but when that 20 minutes is over, I'll just say my final review.
Okay, I guess we'll catch up with John in a week in a week. Yeah, when you've.
Okay, Tom, what have you been watching?
I watched The Artist. I don't know how long's left. I'm like halfway through. It's one of those I've been watching in film studies. Yeah, this one.
I've heard of it.
This one, Best Picture at the Oscars whenever it came out. It's a silent film about a silent film actor who struggles to find any kind of fame or relevance as soon as the talkies started coming out. So this is when films started to progress from just regular silent films to films with dialogue and all that, and that in a way that makes it somewhat ironic because it's a silent film about the downfall of silent film, and I don't know, maybe it's just like the music and just the visuals or the acting ability, but damn, it really made me feel for the guy. Like, properly, like, emotions were riding high in this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What would you give it so far out of 10?
I think I give it a 9.
Ooh, okay.
There's not much to say about it that I could disagree with.
A TV show that I've been watching.
Go on.
I discovered it yesterday, and it's really good. So it's called Defending Jacob.
Oh yeah, that's one with Chris Evans in it.
Yes, and it's really good.
This is another bloody Apple TV one, yeah.
Yeah. I only got 1 year for it, so
yeah.
for free. I don't know
Mhm.
why, but I got that for free. Oh yeah, because my dad got a new phone anyway. Yeah, it's really good. It follows on a boy called Jacob, and he gets accused of killing someone in his class, and Chris Evans and the mother, I forgot the actress name, but they try to defend Jacob for the things that he hasn't, the things that he's accused of. So like trying to make him innocent, and it's a really really good TV show so far. I would give it a 9 out of 10 because it's just the performance is great from Chris Evans, and I really wish Chris Evans was like more in drama or something else because he's really good.
Yeah, it is. Is it a true story or?
Yeah,
yeah.
No, it's based on a book.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was based on something. I hear good things about it, but I hear that like the last episode or two isn't very good. So.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah, you still got that one to go.
Right. Oh, jeez. Okay. Right. But it's really good. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Well, have you been watching, Tom?
That for me, that's it. I haven't been watching anything else.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let me think. I watched the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars this morning.
Oh.
That was good. That's how you do a bloody Star Wars special, right? Yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. It was funny.
Funny as heck, or funny.
And I am finally. I literally am 2 chapters away from finishing the book that I started in like September.
What book?
Alphabet Squadron Shadowfall. Literally, I've been reading it for like 3 months now.
Wait, are you reading the entire alphabet?
Yes, John. I am reading the entire alphabet. All 26 of them.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Does it have like more information about the Star Wars universe?
Yeah, it does. It's very engrossed in, various other books. It's quite weird how they don't like how much more content there is about like the state of the galaxy after episode 6, like directly after in the books and stuff. Like it's mad that they've only just started exploring it with the Mandalorian, like in any kind of on-screen media. That just feels a bit odd to me, but sure. It's a good book. I'm enjoying the second half much more than the first half.
Yeah. What have I been reading? Oh, there's a book that is coming out in 2 days. Ready Player 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's coming out in 2 days.
How is it? 2
but
days.
I'm not. I don't want to be too excited because the things that could potentially happen. But I'm waiting for reviews, and if it's that good, like from IGN or Empire, maybe from those book reviews or Waterstones, I'll read it because the first book is so good, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the first book, but
yeah, the first book was like more fleshed out, like the characters and like has a bigger story, and it like more heart into it, really, like more creative ideas, which I really liked.
Yeah, the first book.
I recommend Ready Player One. You're probably thinking, I don't want to read Ready Player One because everyone's been recommended it to me. Well, I recommend it because it is great, and if you're a huge book nerd or film or whatever, it's a really good book. I recommend it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good one. It's so much different to the film, which kind of one of those things that kind of throws you off. It's like
Yeah.
It's
It's a bit more realistic. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to read it.
But if the reviews are good, would you like to get it?
I don't know if I want to invest myself in a franchise, or just any sequels in general in this book series. I mean, I might get it when it's cheap and in paperback. But I don't know. I'm just not that bothered, really.
Okay, cool.
Maybe some point, if it's like supposed to be like incredible and like maybe even but what's happening even better than the first one, maybe, then I might consider it. But no, ever since it was announced, I was a bit like, but the first one was so perfect. Why are we why tamper with that?
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah. So yeah, tell us what you're excited about. What have you been watching this week?
Yeah, tell us if you have like any insights on the holiday special, other than
discovered something that is really good, or
what do you think about the Mandalorian this week? All that, if you have anything other than literally like 13 minutes of like things to say about the holiday special, because as you can probably tell, I really don't have much to say about it. But yeah, that's the whole show for this week.
Yes, for this week. So next week we are still going to talk about our favorite show at the moment, The Mandalorian.
Yes.
And other things as well. So
yeah,
what is
we
the
don't
next week's subject?
We don't have one. We don't have a subject for next week just yet.
But we will discover one this week, or if there's a subject that in the film culture or comic culture, comic book culture, anything that you want to talk about for this week, because sometimes in the future we could win out some ideas, but we can ask some ideas that you want us to do for this next week or in the future.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there is a lot to there's lots to talk about, and if you have any suggestions, throw us an email at outstimefilmpod@gmail.com or on Twitter and Instagram at outstimefilmpod. I'm at Tom the Bodman on Twitter.
I am Comedy John at Twitter.
So if you
Comedy John 42 at Twitter.
That's true, you are. So if you want to, just follow us or suggest anything or tell us how good or bad the podcast is, anything we will take. Anything.
Anything that you want us to devour. Okay.
Devour. Tasty. We do have an email segment, but we've kind of took a break from that because we don't really get much in.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for stuff to talk about there.
Yeah, and if you're just listening right now, or you just discovered us like at the right second, if you have any friends that are massive film nerds like us, please do recommend this podcast, because we just talk about anything really.
Yeah, but I would recommend don't if you're gonna show them anyone. If you show them this one, no point showing them.
Just don't.
Don't show them.
That's one.
Maybe the news, but not the main segment. Honestly, I'm very ashamed of how unenthusiastically I spoke about everything. Oh well.
Yeah, because of 2020. But if we're like in one place, we'll be a bit more enthusiastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Next week we don't have anything to talk about. The week after, Mulan comes out, so we'll both watch Mulan, or hopefully we'll both watch Mulan. You better watch Mulan.
Do we have to watch Mulan?
Well, it'll be out on Disney Plus for free. So
will it be free? Oh, free!
Yeah, something free.
Free.
Hey, we could watch Mulan we could watch the 1990 whatever Mulan next week.
Yeah, and compare those.
Yeah. Okay, so we're watching the 1990 whatever Mulan. What year is it?
We got
Mulan
ideas now, so just
1998. Next week we're watching Mulan 1998. Email us in, tell us what you think of that. You know, that is one of those beloved Disney ones. It's on Disney Plus. You know, so if you want to watch it again in preparation for us watching it again, go for it.
And then again, any suggestions we're open to. Apart
Definitely.
from X-Men Origins Wolverine ideas or anything like that. But anywho, thank you for this week. Week's episode, yes.
Yeah, this is episode 13.
13.
So you know, we're going strong.
Yes, we're going strong. So thank you for listening and tuning in our crazy podcast. And I am John, and this is Tom.
Yes, we are definitely both John and Tom. We are both John and Tom, definitely.
Don't get us confused. I am John, and
I am John, and that's Tom.
Wait, I am Tom, but this is
I am John Tom, and that's Tom John.
I thought you were about to say I am.
I am inevitable.
No.
Right.
Okay, that's it for this week's episode.
That is. So yeah, tune in next week and all that jazz, and we will see you pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Yes.
Next week we'll see. When we say pretty soon, we mean next week.
Yes.
Anyway,
thank you.
Thank you very much, and take what you're given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.